I'd like to say welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Tony Hollis Live Talk Show Testify. We got a show today. We're going to be talking about some school board issues, okay? That is exactly what we will be talking about today. I have a guest on, Miss Shelia Rumph. She will be coming on, speaking with you all today, letting you all know exactly why she believes that she should be your next school board rep for Zone 1 of Blytheville, Arkansas. We're also going to piggyback on speaking on some things as it relates to the Blytheville School Board. We're yet looking for a superintendent, and so we're going to be talking about those things as well, okay? So you all just sit tight, and we shall be ready to come back to crank this show up for you, okay? So I want to say peace and love, and we will crank it up in a little bit. Again, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Tony Hollis Live Talk Show Testify. We want to come to you. I passed out. Well, I didn't pass out. I made an announcement back, I guess, a few weeks ago, stated that for any of those who are running for a particular office, hit me up. Allow you to use this space to come on to share your your base, your issues in terms of why you should be selected the next official, peer whatever position that you're seeking. Okay. Again, we're going to be speaking with a lady today, Miss Shelia Rumph. She is a lady that I know from the community. I've worked with her on many topics, or shall we say, many issues throughout the city of Blytheville. We go back a while. And so we're going to allow her to come on to speak to you all as to why she believes she should serve as your next school board rep. Zone 1 is her position, I believe she's running for. So, and also, before I close out the show, please don't let me forget. I spoke with a young lady, I think a day or so ago. There seemed to be some concerns with young females. I say young females, those the one that I know, coming up missing. I don't know what's going on. It's kind of like one of those smash and grab things, you know, when they go into the malls and they see some jewelry that they want, they smash the glass out and reach in and take the jewelry and they haul tail. Somewhat similar. Please watch your children, your young girls. Do not let them leave your sight, because within a second they could be gone. So I don't know what you call this thing, snatch and grab or whatever, but they are detaining these young ladies, I'm told, for days. Eventually let them go. I've also been told that they is being somewhat administered or fed fentanyl during the detainment or what have you. And so please pay close attention to the whereabouts, who even around your children. You know, we have these folks that love to scope out their next victim. So if someone is looking at your child and your child come and somewhat report that to you, or even if you see it, take it serious. Your child could be the next victim, okay? And so we'll talk a little bit more about that later. But right now, again, I got my guest that I want to bring on, Miss Shelia Rumph. She been sitting for a while. We've been trying to come on ever since the Rilla Communication was doing their thing. They've been down all day. So we finally did come up. I had to have internet to get set up, and so we had a few hiccups along the way. But anyway, we're here. And so without any further ado, I'm going to bring on my guest, Miss Shelia Rumph, and allow her to go ahead and speak to you all about why she believes that she should serve as your next school board rep. Okay, how you doing there, Mrs. Rump?
I'm doing fairly well. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fine myself. Sorry we had so many hiccups there trying to get started there. Um, but what we want to start off first of all, go ahead and tell the audience a little bit about yourself. You know, just give them a little snapshot as to not just why you're running for this seat, but um, give us a little snapshot of your involvement, community involvement as it relates to school or what have you. So just give us a little snapshot of some things that you've been involved in.
All right. My name is Shelia Rumph. I am running for the Blytheville School Board, Zone 1. I have lived in Blytheville 60 years, all my life.
All right.
I have seen the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I worked for the Blytheville School District for over 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
I also worked as substitute teacher. My major when I started going to college was education, early childhood education.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I transferred over to social work. So I've been involved in the community in a while. I work for DHS, DCFS,
Mm-hmm.
where I still had to work in connection with the schools due to children in foster care or protected care. Um,
Okay.
I also for is working in the community. I over my women group with the church. I'm the district YWCC president, where I work with women and children.
Mm-hmm.
I also the jurisdictional Dignity Wife Circle president, where I'm over 128 churches in the state of Arkansas.
Okay.
So for its work, I can work.
Okay.
Uh, I my main concerns about the school board. You know how you can get so comfortable when you're in certain position when you've been there so long, till you're so used to doing the things that you used to do, or you know it's not policy to do, but yet you just do it because it's the way we always have done it.
Okay.
I see that there need to be a change. I see that there need to be someone with a clear vision. I see where there need to be someone that's not in the clique with me, but yet still can work with me to get the
Mm-hmm.
job that need to be done. Our district been suffering too long in this position. A grade L is too long. Um, and it's not all on the teachers. It's not all on the parent. We all, when you look at one, you have to look at the whole body, all the members of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm willing to work and do whatever I can do and find my hand to do and be led to bring whatever I have to the table to help better for the betterment of our children and the staff. That's
Now I
why
don't
I'm
know
running
if
for
we
school board.
uh, I don't know if we live. We had, like I said, we had a few hiccups along the way. Um, and let me just go and make sure, because I don't see anyone uh, tuning in here. So just give me a minute. I want to make sure that we are live, okay?
You don't see it.
Because it don't look like we're live.
Okay.
So let me go in here and make sure. Uh,
Do a little see I don't see it.
don't see it.
Uh-uh.
Okay,
Let's
now it
see
show
it.
that we public right here, but for some reason or another, for some reason or another, we're not. We probably just be on. Oh, I see now. Look like we look like we're on YouTube's.
Hmm?
Yeah, we on. Look like we're on YouTube's. I didn't. I didn't. I'm gonna have to up. We're gonna have to upload this because we don't want to stop. We're gonna have to upload this. This video.
Hmm.
Uh, we're gonna have to upload it to Facebook, and that's probably gonna be a minute because you know Facebook, what they do, they examine your stuff and then they'll upload it, and so that explains it. I didn't add another destination. I'm trying to see if I can go in here and do it now. Um, I don't see it. Uh, I don't think we can, unless of course I don't want to go out and come back in because we'll have too many problems. Uh, but we're just on YouTube's right now, and so that explains it. And so, but anyway, let's go ahead and talk about our first bullet point up there: superintendent and the board relationship, willingness to work together. As you know, we have a school board right now um, that has terminate the contract of Superintendent Veronica Perkins. So that is history now. You know, it was a mess. I think they was up. What was it? Somewhere 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, somewhere in there.
Exactly about 1:15.
Yeah, and so that was a very long meeting, probably a 6, 7 hour meeting. But anyway, um, it was very embarrassing. First of all, that we was in that position to where we had a superintendent and a board uh, who chooses not to work together. And so, what can you bring to the board to assure your constituents that you will uh, work with everybody and not be pressured to vote one way or the other? Uh, how can you assure the voters that that is the person that you would be?
First of all, I would go out and I would listen to my constituents, see what their concerns are, see what the issues are, and then I would do the research to find out and bring to them what do you think that will fix this problem.
Mhm.
Then I'll bring my concerns to the board. One of the things I've seen on the board
Let me
was,
interrupt you for a minute.
hmm,
Uh, we could barely see just half of your face, and so can you just uh, there you go. We can see you a whole lot better now. There you go. All right, go ahead.
one of the things is lack of communication. Seems like from what I've been observing, there's not really too much communication going on between the board and the community.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing is conducting formal and informal evaluation of the superintendent, whoever that or whom or whoever that might be.
Mm-hmm.
We must establish a clear vision of communicating with the superintendent to establish goals for this district and what is for the best interest for all students. To
Okay.
be effective, there must be what you call teamwork between the board and the superintendent, which is my acronym of teamwork is together, everyone accomplishing a mission.
Mm-hmm.
And that mission is for the betterment for our not only students, but for the staff, for Blytheville District. We got to get back our report back because right about now we just people just talking or laughing stock.
Mm-hmm. Well, all right then. I agree wholeheartedly. It's pretty embarrassing that we have a superintendent and a school board that just seem not to want to work together, and the only ones who are being effective the most are our students, and so uh, hopefully with your uh, uh, with you being elected as the next school board rep, hopefully you can bring some type of togetherness, if you will, where the board will work together. So let's go to our next topic, to where we're going to be talking about um, the board members holding individual monthly meetings. You know, you and I talked about that. We see where Pastor R.L. Jones has been real instrumental, holding his ward meetings down at the library, inviting all the other city council members to also attend those ward meetings, and just allow the citizens an opportunity to speak with their particular or respective ward rep. In this particular case, we're talking zones. That's how our school board members are being elected, by zones. So, um, uh, do you think that that's a pretty good idea, that the board, knowing that they only meet one time a month,
Hmm.
uh, and there's no particular uh, time, if you will, during their meetings, that you can speak. Citizens cannot even speak. That's why I don't even go to a lot of school board meetings now, because we just show up and all we can do is just sit and look and listen. But we are the taxpayers. The schools belong to us, okay? We the one that's footing the bill. So what do you think? Should there be some time allowed during our school board meetings? Should there be some time? Should there be some time allowed to give the citizens an opportunity to ask a question, or what have you, as opposed to going through the process about getting on the agenda? It just may be a question. I don't think I need to get on the agenda just to ask a question. So, what is your thoughts on holding those, number one, monthly meetings, and number two, uh, the board providing a time during their meetings to allow the citizens to speak?
Right, number one, I feel as though there needs to be a monthly board meeting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a firm believer on it takes a village to raise a child.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't come together and work together, how we, everyone that's doing what they want to do, don't lack of information, no information, the wrong information. The parents have a right to know what's going on in that school with their child, or what's going on in the school with the children at large.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't come together and talk and get their concerns, how would you know what to do? That go back to data. Data can tell you a whole lot. Data can tell you where you effective at, where you lacking at, where you need to come up at. So
Mm-hmm.
yes, we need to have monthly meetings so we know what issues we need to face and prioritize those issues. A board member should be a mediator. They
Okay.
should be a mediator between the school board and the parents, and where it affects the child and the children education.
Mm-hmm.
A board member should hold meetings. A good board member will serve the community
Mm-hmm.
by working to improve students' achievements in their own area in public schools.
Mm-hmm.
School board members need to engage with the community. It's still going to come back to you communicating with the community. When setting policies and goals, school board should understand that the community value their wishes and their challenges. Board members should think outside of the box, deciding to what type of decisions to be made.
Mm-hmm. Well, so again, those the I think the second part of that question, did we cover that exactly? Um, how would you go about um, allowing your constituents in zone one? How would you go about uh, allowing them an opportunity to interact with you, to speak with you on any particular issue? Um How would that work? Would that be by phone? Would you meet them, say, for example, to the library on any given month? How would that work?
Okay, one thing I would do, I would set up a time at the library where we all can meet zone one to talk. Next thing I would do, my phone is just like a swing door. Most of the time I'm up anyway, up and down all through the night and stuff. So you have a problem or issue, come to me.
Hmm.
No question, it's a dumb. You don't understand something? Come to me.
Okay. Now,
I will make myself available because if your child succeed, we all succeed.
well, all right. And so, um, but we also agree if we can bag up a little bit earlier, you do think that that the board, um, somewhere in their monthly meetings, that they should provide the citizens an opportunity to address an issue or to ask a question.
Yes, they
Okay.
should allow that time. There should be a mediator at that meeting that can they you can put time on everything else. Put a time limit and say, is there anyone here have any concerns or issues you would like to address the board with? You can let the mediator cut it off whenever you know they think it's too much. But
Okay.
yes, they should be able to voice their opinion.
Okay.
It's just like you going to the store and you want to pay your money and buy something, but you can't buy what you want. You have to buy what they give you. Sooner or later, you're going to stop shopping at this store.
Hmm.
So, in other words, I'm paying your school salary and all these high taxes, but I don't have a voice. That's why I want to be a voice for the people. Where they can't speak, I want to speak.
Okay.
When they can't go and see and observe, I will go.
Okay. Now let me ask you. We got about three other topics, and then we'll go ahead and um, go ahead and I give my editorial to close it out. Uh, before I mean after I give you the last words, of course. Um, let's move to our next topic.
Okay.
Um, School performance. As you know, this here been a very hot topic for the last several years, of course. Um, uh, Mostly this past year, to where I don't know if this is the first time ever, to where we got a state report in terms of our school performance, where every single school in the district, elementary, primary, middle school, high school, all four schools have an F. Um, it's the first I ever seen. And so, as a school board member, what are some of the things that you would look at um, to try to get us out of this mess in terms of, we're in the toilet now when it comes to grades, school performance. Um, what are some things that you would like to see happen to try to turn this thing around in terms of school performance? Or do you believe that uh, what is in place right now, I think Superintendent Perkins had started to do some things, having somewhat of a coaching, mentoring type thing, to where I guess the teachers and certified teacher, I mean non-certified teachers or new teachers, that is, they get together and that seasoned teacher, if you will, serves somewhat as a mentor, as well as finding out what is it that the students want. I mean, what are their desires? I think one of the things that was uh, very heartfelt was the Saturday programs that the superintendent program that she gave. And so, with saying all that, is there any other things that you can uh, that you would like to see implemented along with what already has been done? First of all, is the school district doing enough?
I feel like we're not doing enough until we accomplish what needs to be accomplished. That's where data come in at. Data come in at. We look back what we're doing now.
Uh-huh.
We come together, try to collaborate. What thing do we think that might will work? Like for instance, the Saturday school. Fun learning is a good thing
Uh-huh.
because they wanted to go. They wanted to learn. And out of their own mouth, they told you how they appreciated Dr. Perkins from bringing it to them.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing. Another thing when we're looking at performance is attendance.
Mm-hmm.
We need somebody to keep up, and we need the kids to be there regular attendance. That's a key factor. Student will succeed, and research has shown that student will succeed if they in class on time. Another thing is the graduation rates. We had a low graduation rate last year. This shows how well the school is serving the student.
Hmm.
Teachers don't they certified? If you get the teachers together and the teacher certified and the
Hmm.
student certified, just they say a happy wife, a happy home, then they be able to work together. Hold on,
Well, all right. I
I need to
wholeheartedly
join.
agree. Uh, Wholeheartedly agree. Let's go to the next topic: school choice. School choice has been something that is a hot topic. Also, we have lost students, um, thousands of students, if you ask me. They say hundreds, but I remember when this school district used to be every bit of a when I came to Blytheville, every bit of about 6,000 daily attendance. I know the air base was here, of course, and but we just continue to dwindle down. I think right now we're hanging somewhere around what about 12, 1,300 students, and so
Mhm.
and of course, you know, uh, school choice has also um, been a factor in terms of why we see the numbers that we see. Um, School choice. Think it's a good thing? First of all, let's answer that question. You think school choice is a good thing? I mean, for parents, having the ability to um, enroll their child into whatever school district of their choosing. You think that's a good thing?
The thing about that is you have a right, and it's about you can do compared to the Learners Act. You can enroll your child to any school you would like in the state of Mississippi County, rather. Um,
Well, you're
but
right,
I have
Arkansas.
a, huh?
Well, you're right, Arkansas.
Okay, Arkansas. My issue come in at you come into this district wanting to work, and you move your child out of this district into another district, but you want to teach in this district, knowing that we already in hot water,
Uh huh.
knowing that it's taking so much money from our district, and we really need help to build our district. So, to me, a divided house won't stand. You say you love Blower School, you love Chickasaw, but do you love them enough to entrust your child to stay here and work with us to get us back to where we need to be? Now, that's where I have a problem at.
Well, let me ask you this here. Uh, you mentioned losing money. Let's talk about that for a while. Where those that are listening, they can pretty much get an understanding of why it's important uh, that we try to maintain the students that we have. Um, I think at one point, I don't know what it is today, but I think at one point to educate one child, just one child, I think that this to the district, that's something like about I don't know what is it, $5,000-6,000 somewhere in there for each student
Yes,
that attend the school, and
yes,
so for a better way for the public to understand. Now, if one student decide to move out of the Blytheville School District, that $5,500 travel them to the receiving school district, correct?
correct.
And so just imagine if we have 10, 15 students, I don't know how many, I don't know what is the state law in terms of allowing so many students to, uh, to be released from their present school district. I imagine there is some, uh, some type of stipulations in place, if you will, where you don't want to revert to where we are now, a predominant black school, which is the court. That's what they was trying to avoid
Hmm.
back in the 80s, But of course, we have had different administrators come in, school board members come in, and what the Supreme Court fear that would happen if we didn't follow the things or the direction by the court. What they feared that would happen was that one way or the other we would revert back to a predominant either white school, or in this particular case, black majority school. So that's where we at right now. And so uh, just wanted to explain that to the audience to make sure that they understand what is it that we're talking about when we indicate that uh, we need every student to be counted for the Blytheville School District. Look like we lost. Um, I lost my guest. Hopefully she'll come back in. Look like she got some connection problems there. Let me see if I can add her again. Uh, well, anyway, she will be coming back in. We're just gonna just hope that she come back in. Again, for those who are just tuning in, I'm speaking with my guest, Miss Shelia Rumph. Uh, she just came back in. Who's running for school board zone one uh, for the Blytheville School District, and so it look like we just she just came back in. So let me get rid of one of them over here. Remove that one, and let's try to bring her back in. Okay, we got you back now. Let me transfer. Uh,
Okay.
Okay, we got Mrs. Rump back. Mrs. Rump, we was talking about a minute before you checked out on me. We was talking about how important it was for us to try to maintain the students that we do have because of funding. You had stated that if the district is good enough for any particular employee to want to come and work here, then uh, you think, as well as myself, that you know they should at least give it a try. I mean, it don't necessarily mean that they have to keep their children in the Blytheville School District, forever. But at least to show that out of cure, as we have heard, many of these folks who have either come to our Blytheville School District wanting or seeking employment, uh, some have returned. I think like the basketball coach is one who returned, say that he loved Blythe or whatever. And so I guess what you're saying, as well as myself and others, uh, we just want to see. We hear what you're saying, but we want to see some action.
That's correct.
You know. All right. And so we're gonna move to this. We got two other topics, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are looking on. Uh, we're gonna talk about the busing issues. As you noticed, last week was a scary time for many parents who received the call that uh, the bus driver didn't show up. I don't know if they was bringing them to. I want to say they was taking them home. I don't think they was transporting the students to school. I think they was transporting them home. Am I correct?
Correct.
So that got to be a scary thing, especially for a mother who's on her job and know very well she need every penny she can get when it comes to providing for her family, or he providing for his family. And so you need every dime that you can get. And so when those parents got that call and they took off work, that must have been real scary for them. I mean, not the fact that they going to lose money, but it's a very scary thing for them knowing that their child is standing somewhere waiting to be taken home. So, what do you think that need to happen to avoid situation? What would you do as a school board member, knowing that we have issues that's going on with the bus drivers now? Uh, is there anything that you can offer uh, that will somewhat improve the busing relationship with the school board and other administrators?
First of all, it's like I said, it's one of them things that have to need to probably be amended in the policy. Communication, respect, and accountability. Because even as a parent,
Well, you
if
got some
your
feedback
heart,
here.
huh?
You got some feedback there. Do you got a phone or something on?
Let me go this way. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you just got a little feedback, like you got a speaker or something that's in the background or whatever, or another phone.
No.
Okay, well, go ahead. We'll make out.
Okay. All right. Communication is very important, and everyone should have a signed contract,
Uh huh.
a binding contract with an no agreement. of the duties, the time they supposed to do it, the money, the pay scale, and, and they raps.
Okay.
Now, you don't understand, they don't understand what you be putting that parent or child in predicament when you decide to strike and say, well, we're not going to run this ignorant. That child could be on medication at a
Okay, look
certain
like we're
time.
picking up some feedback. It must have happened when you went out and you come
Yeah.
back in. Uh, we got some feedback. Uh, it's almost like you got an echo or something speaking in the background.
What about now?
Uh, we'll make out. Go ahead.
If the child on medication at a certain time and you send up at the child at the school because the bus refused to pick the child up, or the parent on her last uh, written thing at work where if she take off or anything, she gonna lose her job.
Hmm.
Look what danger that child in.
I agree. Placing the child is in. I mean, that does put that child life in danger. You know what I mean? Especially we got a lot of freaks out there. Can walk up to this child and say, "Hey, I give you a ride home." Blah 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 blah, and and the worst thing you want to hear is that the person who picked your child up didn't bring your child home, and so that is a scary thing, and it does put the child's uh, life in danger. And if I had to speak to the bus drivers, uh, as I have in the past, I supported the bus drivers when they uh, was having their issues with the Blytheville School District. The only thing that I would not, uh, tolerate is that we have bus drivers who want to call a secret protest, if you will. I don't like that because when you when you do things like that, you come in secret, as you stated earlier. You put those kids' life in danger, and you also put that mother or that father's job in jeopardy because they have to take off to rush down to the school to pick their children up. So for any bus driver who commit uh, that type of incident to where you just don't want to take the kids home, I always say if you don't want to take them home, don't pick them up.
That's correct.
Because it's just not right. Okay.
And
And
another thing,
so,
you know
but
how
do
our
you think
council,
that on this bus issue, I mean, I don't know. I did speak with one bus driver who stated that it was not no bus strike. I guess it's just some people that just called off. Uh, but if there is an issue that's going on uh, where bus drivers continue to have some issues uh, with the administrators, you as a board member, uh, what would you do, if anything, to try to solve this issue, these busing issues that we have? I think some of it has to do with pay, among other things. And so, what can you offer as a board member to somewhat bring some resolution to the problems that exist between the bus drivers and the administrators?
one thing I think they should have meet with supervisors. I think like the city council have like, the fire committee, police and whatever. They should go out, meet with these supervisors. Not only that, as a board member, I will also speak with the drivers to see what's going on.
Hmm.
That would communication again would stop a lot of things.
Hmm. And I just want to take a pause right quick. For those of you all uh, who are over on YouTube that are looking, I appreciate you switching over. When I added my destinations, I did not include Facebook, and so we only are recording on YouTube's, and I don't have my comment section set up for YouTube's because I'm over on Facebook. All right. And so I want to appreciate you all for switching over, and sorry for the inconvenience. Uh, Miss Rump, you was closing out on your statement, on your
Yes,
comment. What I'm saying, you was
yes.
closing.
Okay. So I feel like, it should be that you should go out and talk to the bus drivers to see what their concerns or issues, or do they have any problems, and speak with the supervisor. Not just you go drive and sit and you don't see them until you a problem arises.
Okay. Now, our last issue, before I let you go ahead and give your closing comments, our last issue, which is a hot topic as well, uh, school safety. We just spoke about one as it relates to busing. Uh, Pretty sure you have seen to where there have been fights, uh, lots of fights on Blytheville School campus. Bullying still seem to be an issue uh, for the Blytheville school campuses, um, as well as parents uh, getting into some type of altercation there at the school where students are involved. Uh, we just had an issue to where there was a lockdown. Was it just last week, I believe, here at the Blytheville School District? You, as a board member, uh, if elected, what uh, type of uh, legislation would you hope that the board, or shall I say policy, what policies uh, would you like to see Blytheville School Board of Directors? Is there any policies that you would like to see that the board adopt that can just give us uh, one, uh, uh, I wouldn't say cushion, but what is one policy that you believe that the board can pass that will ease the worry of parents as it relates to these guns showing up at school?
One thing is what you call that, when you, not the security, but the thing that you walk through and
Talking
it'll
about the SRO officers?
hmm?
You're talking about SRO officers?
No, no, it's a machine. You got any metal thing on you, pick up.
Oh, you're talking about that what you shared with me earlier about the doors?
Okay, not that. We need that in the morning when they come in. If we have an active shooter, I have seen Memphis have metal doors, and they have these things that they put at the bottom on the floor,
Okay,
and
you
they
back
slide
breaking
this
up now.
metal piece in there, and you cannot kick the door down. That we need. It's extra safety.
Okay. And what do you call that now?
Uh, it was a little gadget. I remember they putting it down
Hmm.
at the
At the
bottom of
foot
the
of
door.
the door?
Yes.
And so if there's an active shooter, reports of an active shooter on campus, what you're saying is that um, as a precautionary or defense, uh, there could be some mechanism uh, installed on a door to where, uh, just say like a latch, whatever, that
Yeah,
go from the door down into the concrete or the floor,
down into the floor.
and that will prevent
The
the
door.
intruder from getting
Mm,
inside the classroom.
yes.
Okay. Anything else on school safety?
School should invest in, I think, bulletproof windows. If they have a window in their door or something, or a dark shade or something where the kids can run and hide and the shooter can't see in.
Well, let me ask
Uh,
you this here. Let me ask you this here. Let me interrupt you. Now they did state that they did have school district. They were going through some type of training, active shooting training.
mhm.
Uh, what what if anything have your uh, grandchildren um, shared with you in terms of some things that they are training or teaching these kids about what to do and what not to do? I mean, is there anything that's being sent home to the parents uh, as it relates to this active shooting drills that they are going through at the schools? Do you know of
I
any?
haven't seen anything. Only thing I receive is when they have lockdown. They call and they will send a message to your phone. They
Mm-hmm.
don't say what going on. They just say the school on lockdown.
Okay.
Then they send a message back and say school off lockdown. You never. They never get an explanation why.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that's stress on the parents,
Mm-hmm.
stress on the student because the student don't really know.
Mm-hmm.
All they know they on lockdown.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna. We're down at the bottom of uh, the QA in terms of the things topics that I wanted to speak to you about and allow you an opportunity to speak to the voters of your, or say, shall I say, your constituents, not just your constituents of Zone One, but I imagine you're concerned with all students, whatever zone that they live in.
That's
And
correct.
so, with that being said, I want to go ahead and give you the final words in terms of speaking to the voters uh, and sharing with them why you believe that you are the critical piece, or should I say, the piece to the puzzle that is missing uh, to make the puzzle complete in terms of moving our school district forward, whether it's school performance, safety, I mean, etc. So I allow you this time now to give your uh, closing comments.
A vote for me is a vote for change. Sometimes change is good. A lot of people don't like change. I'm a person that like to go out to observe other things in other schools and see how they perform and do things the way and bring it back to the board and we can sit down and talk about it or have a meeting on it and see what the parents or the community think about it before we act upon it.
Mm-hmm.
We need to get our children test scores up. And one thing about it, the Saturday school, academy school was a great thing to do. Children wanted to go. You know, even the one that didn't really have to go grades with suffering wanted to go because my grandchildren wanted to go. I will be there for you. I know how to get out and get resources to help you if I don't have the answer. Uh, I will be transparent with you. I will do all I can to fight for you, and I feel like I'm the better person for the job because I'm retired. You need me, I'm here. All I want to do is see our children succeed. What touched me the most when I see my foster children come back and they tells me, you was a mother to me and you was a father to me. You treated me just like I was your child. You went to the parent teacher conference as a social worker because that's what I do. If any child is like it's mine, and I want to treat them no difference. I have worked in the school system as a substitute teacher. I know what it takes. If it takes me going in helping do case plans and role plans and curriculums, so be it. I would do it.
Mm-hmm.
If it takes me to go in to sit in the classroom, because first of all, one of the policies is that a school board member is supposed to visit the school anyway. So I'll be in and out of those doors, which I was in and out of those doors until COVID set in. I used to adopt a room every year. Matter of fact, Head Start, I even work with them, and I got Grandparent of the Year. So I'm not no stranger in the schools.
Okay.
Vote for me is a vote for change. One voice, one person, but I'm coming with all I got to do what needs to be done for the betterment of our children. Not only zone one, but zone two and on. Vote for me, Sheila Rumph.
Well, all
October
right then.
21st to November the 4th. Final voting day, November the 5th.
Yeah, let me put that on the screen for everyone. Again, as candidate Mrs. Rump stated, early voting. Should me election day is on November the 5th. Let's start with that. Okay.
Mhm.
Uh, November the 5th is the last day to cast your vote. But if you do not want to stay standing in line, You're trying to avoid the crowd. Early voting is going on. We'll start October the 21st through November the 4th. Okay, that's early voting. So if you want to avoid the crowd, please govern yourself to those dates. Um, Early voting October the 21st through November the 4th. Um, and so please share that information with your family member, family members, with your neighbors, co-workers, those that you come in contact with, because this is an important election, not just nationwide, but for the city of Blytheville. Uh, we need to do what all we can do to try to save the Blytheville School District. Okay, and so Mrs. Rump, uh, I want to say that uh, I thank you for coming by. Um, um, Speaking with me today. I'm sorry that we had some hiccups getting started. Of course, most of it has to do with real communication. They was down. They was doing some repairs, I guess. Uh, but anyway, I appreciate you stopping by to speak with the voters, and
Mhm.
who knows? Hopefully, you'll come back again before
I will.
the November the 5th, and you can go ahead and, as they say, you can go ahead and give it your last shot, speaking to the voters as to why you believe that you should be, uh, or you should serve as the next school board rep for Zone One.
Okay. Thank you for having
All right, then. So, uh, if nothing else, I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye, and may you have a remaining blessed tonight.
you too. God bless.
God bless. Bye bye. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was uh, my my guest, Miss Shelia Rumph. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I'm trying to end the show already. Uh, uh, I'm trying to end the show already, so I'm sorry about that. But what I was trying to do was transfer. Uh, but anyway, let me pull myself back up. All right, now there we go. But anyway, I thank everyone for showing up uh, on YouTube. That is, I had problems for those of you who are just tuning in. Um, After we got through the hiccups with real communication, being down most of the day, um, when I was getting set up, normally I will broadcast to YouTube and Facebook. Well, by me rushing, trying to come on, I only added one destination, which was YouTube's, and I didn't add Facebook. So I will upload this video from YouTube and make it available uh, for Facebook viewers. Okay. And again, I want to thank you all for tuning in. And if you didn't hear me, I made an announcement earlier, which was something is going on in Blytheville, Arkansas. I don't know if it's down on the south end of the county, Osceola area, but something is going on here in Blytheville. There's at least three cases that I know of to where young ladies, girls, um, um, I don't know if they're anyone that's been over 21, but mostly I've been hearing young girls coming up missing. Um, it is believed that they are somewhat uh, being held against their will for whatever reasons. I spoke with a young lady just a day or two ago, and she indicated that um, she had a relative that went missing, and they did find her, of course, but her, um, shall I say, her frustration at this point is that she believed that she's not getting any help from the Blytheville Police Department. I hadn't read my email yet. I did see before I came on today that Mayor Logan did email me back. I inquired about this incident, and so uh, I don't know what the mayor has stated, Um, I'm gonna look on my cell phone now while I'm speaking with you all to see if there's any information. Okay, so I'm looking at that now as I as I speak to you all. Uh, just want to see if there's anything that has been reported in regards to um, that issue as to girls coming up missing. All right, I'm reading, looking at it right now. Um, Family member news that I love. I'm reading right now. I love has been kidnapped. Thank you. Say thank you for reaching out to my office concerning the formidable matter. Nothing can prepare the city. I'm reading you all. That's if those of you who looking on while I'm quiet. I'm trying to find out if anything is being done or will be done to those young ladies um, who were taken against their will and held for days. Um, so I'm saying that encourage these young ladies to contact my office or the Blytheville Police Department CID to file an official report. I'm gonna go ahead and read this here later. I'll report more on this here. But the mayor did respond to me um, from me reading what I read. Um, it appears that the police department don't have any information. Um, and so, anyway, anyway, um, hopefully the victims will file a report, and hopefully they will, get some type of legal redress or satisfaction, if you will, for what has happened to uh, their loved ones. Okay, that's all I have, ladies and gentlemen. Again, um, I hope that our busing situation, speaking to the bus drivers, please, if you pick these kids up uh, in the morning, taking them to school, please transport them home. Okay, I understand the point that you're trying to make, if that's the case, but please let's not give these parents a scare or put these children in a situation to where uh, they fear whether or not they get home or not. For those of you who see my shirt, y'all see that prosecutor versus the felon. I got my shirt on again tonight. Let me back. Can y'all see that? Prosecutor versus the felon. All right. And so please get out to vote. Every vote count. All right. I know some of y'all still gonna beat me up, uh, because of my candidate gonna win. All right. But anyway, that's all I have, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for tuning in. Again, I'm sorry I did not broadcast on Facebook today. Hop over on YouTube's or I'll go back and I'll upload this video to Facebook for those of you who don't have a YouTube account. Anyway, I want to say peace and love. May God bless and may God keep you all until we see each other again. Peace and love. God bless and good night. And please do get over on YouTube channel. That's what you're watching now. While you're there, please do hit that button where you get all of my notifications when I go live. And when you over there, please do subscribe. Okay, help me continue to reach that 1,000 mark of viewership. Okay, peace and love. Please do hit that bell and subscribe.